We want to get to these Columbia protests. I call them riots, but some people have different vernacular. The riots at Columbia took place yesterday again because we've all seen what had happened the last several months and several semesters at Columbia. This time, they took over a library, but there is a hilarious twist. About 100 students stormed into the library. They spray painted on some of the walls. They had their flags. They had their keffiyehs. They had their their bullhorns, and their gay made speeches and all that sort of stuff. They stormed into this library, and hilariously and smartly, the campus security just locked the door behind them. One of the biggest problems that you have in these riots is figuring out who the people are, especially with their masks, and then finding them and arresting them. In this particular case, they all effectively arrested themselves. They got locked in this library building and then started chanting, "Let us out! Let us out!" Which is just as hilarious as it gets. And to compile it even further, the campus security made an announcement saying, "Hey, we're going to let you guys all out. Just have your IDs ready if you go to school here. And if you don't, still have an ID ready." They were then perp walked out of the building, again, having arrested themselves. I think the main takeaway is this. All riots should be in confined spaces. I'm talking to you, Antifa. The next time Antifa riots, join us, comrades, as we take down this corrupt institution. Join our protest in this jail. I think that's how we should do all riots going forward, and probably be a lot easier on the police when it's all said and done, especially if they're committing crimes like vandalism and taking over areas where they shouldn't be. Here to comment on that and so much more is Titus Ellis Smith, cultural commentator and the host of Nightly Scroll, Haley Karania. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for having us.
Titus, I want to start with you here. The rioting culture around the country is gotten out of hand the last couple of years. I don't think that's really a surprise to anyone. Maybe should we give some directions now? Should we say, hey, all of you guys confine in this particular space where we could easily lock the doors and make sure we know who you are? The administration at Columbia said, hey, you guys can leave if you show us your ID, which I think is hilarious. Is this how we should promote riots going forward?
No, I think it's really stupid. I don't understand the purpose of rioting. You can totally, if you have a strong belief on or opinion on something, I think you have every right to protest it. But I don't understand this like unhinged, wild behavior to try and prove a point or prove something wrong. You end up looking like the enemy. You end up looking like you're in the wrong every single time, and it just makes people. It just creates this huge like atmosphere of just negativity. And I don't understand why they do it or why they think it's fruitful. And nothing ever good comes of it. So no, I don't think. I think it's insane.
Yeah, unless they effectively are destroying property and we need to arrest them anyway, so we might as well just have them riot in a particular place. But Haley brings up a good point. I guess I don't know whose mind is changed by any of this, right? You see, a bunch of people have more fond memories of the riot or the protests in the 60s, whether or not you agreed with them. You kind of understood, okay, these people are peaceful, they're demonstrating what they want to have happen, and maybe that might have changed some minds. That is not the case of what's going on now. Are they making a difference, or is this just, I don't know, FAFO type situation for all of these people?
No, they're not making a difference at all. And I'm going to go a step further. You might say that you don't understand why people are rioting. I will respect your right to protest, but I actually don't understand why people protest really at all. I don't think that there's any point to it. You garner a lot of attention, but the attention isn't even positive for the most part, especially when it's these protests that are organized by the left and organizations that are dangerous like Antifa. When you go in and you destroy personal property that is not yours, you have lost me. I no longer respect what you were talking about, what you were fighting for. They think that they're the Rosa Parks of modern day, but they are not. They are a sad excuse for protesters.
I feel like this is almost like a double reverse type of scenario because the protesters or rioters in this case don't actually get people to their side and instead they repel people. I would like to encourage it. All of you folks get out there and do your best so that people will look at that and go, oh, shoot, yeah, maybe the conservatives are right in this particular instance.